From the newsroom at news.com.au.
Hi, I'm Bronte Coy.
And I'm Andrew Bucklow.
And this is the latest from the newsroom. It's Monday, the 7th of February.
The Morrison government has confirmed it has no plans to establish a federal anti-corruption watchdog before the election. Setting up a federal ICAC was a major election promise from Mr Morrison 3 years ago. Instead, the government says it's focused on passing its controversial religious discrimination bill before the upcoming election.
In other news, a highly publicised trial kicked off in Darwin today. Police officer Zach Rolfe has been charged with murder over the shooting death of a 19-year-old Indigenous man during an arrest gone wrong in 2019. Rolfe has already formally entered a plea of not guilty to the murder charge, as well as to alternative charges of manslaughter and committing a violent act causing death.
Overseas now, Ukrainian officials have downplayed concerns that Russia is set to invade their country. According to the US, there are 110,000 Russian troops on the Ukraine border, and the US believes Vladimir Putin could soon order them to invade. Ukraine's foreign minister told media not to believe the apocalyptic predictions from the US and said Ukraine has a strong army that is ready for any scenario.
To the Winter Olympics now, and athletes aren't impressed with the catering at different games venues. Some have claimed there aren't any hot meals on offer, just chips, nuts and chocolate. That's not great for athletes, is it? And the IOC says it's aware of the complaints and is working to fix the problem.
I'd still like some free chocolate though, so, don't complain too much, guys. To showbiz news, Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have welcomed their second child. Kylie gave birth to a baby boy on February 2nd. The couple also have a 4-year-old daughter named Stormy.
And finally, Andy Lee has opened up about his awkward interview with Jerry Seinfeld. Hamish and Andy interviewed the comedian on their radio show way back in the day while he was promoting B-Movie. And Andy told news.com.au he didn't appreciate one of Seinfeld's comments during the chat.
There was one particular moment when in my first question for B-Movie, I said, why bees? Why not wasps? Why not beetles? And he said, that's the worst question I've ever been asked. So I think starting the interview with something like that, I didn't think was that fair, because I thought it was a good enough question for him to be able to talk about his film. But then with my second question, he said, that's a good question. And I said, well, haven't I bounced back?
You can listen to the full interview on news.com.au's podcast. I've got news for you.
That's the latest from the newsroom. We'll be back with another update soon.
Follow or subscribe to From the Newsroom wherever you get your podcasts.